Verstappen threatens his future in the sport as FIA introduces more rules. Ferrari wants Hamilton to relearn to drive. The Ferrari and McLaren hires another top personnel. Do consider subbing to the channel. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Max Verstappen, the renowned driver for Red Bull, has frequently found himself at odds with the FIA throughout his F1 career. Recently, his team has adopted a humorous approach, referencing the legendary football manager Jose Mourinho in reaction to the FIA's latest swearing guidelines aimed for the F1 2025 season. The FIA has introduced stricter regulations, presenting new steward guidelines that outline serious consequences for drivers who misbehave. Under this updated protocol, drivers could face hefty fines, racing bans, and even points deductions for infractions. This move follows a notable incident during last year's Singapore Grand Prix, where Verstappen confronted the FIA after being sanctioned for using foul language in a press conference. This incident occurred just days after the FIA president, Mohammed bin Sulayem, made announcements targeting inappropriate language in the sport. As expected, these alterations have brought significant attention, especially given Verstappen's previous run-ins with the FIA. Ben Sulayem emphasized that F1 must draw a clear line between their sport and other entertainment spheres, like rap music, a statement that stirred controversy. In light of his sanctions, Verstappen participated in community outreach and staged a form of protest during the remainder of the Singapore GP weekend. His responses became increasingly terse in FIA press conferences, and after qualifying, he even organized a media session to express his feelings directly. Notably, Verstappen's peers rallied in support of his stance. Seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton publicly backed Verstappen and urged him not to comply with the FIA's measures. McLaren driver Lando Norris also voiced his opinion, labeling the punishment as pretty unfair. This wave of solidarity extended beyond F1, with rally champion Sébastien Ogier joining in a silent protest following his own reprimand from the FIA. The FIA's latest guidelines have been perceived as an aggressive strategy to maintain discipline among drivers and to prevent a recurrence of strong disagreements similar to what occurred with Verstappen in Singapore. In response to these changes, Red Bull took the opportunity to inject some humor into the situation. They posted an image of Verstappen from his media gathering during the Singapore GP, accompanied by a clever quote referencing Mourinho's famous "If we speak" moment from an internet clip. This witty jab reflects Red Bull's characteristic charm and ability to engage fans, showcasing their support for Verstappen while cleverly left commenting on the ongoing regulatory saga. As we dive deeper into the world of Formula One, let's consider Max Verstappen's perspective on the sport's strict atmosphere. Over the years, he has made it clear that he is contemplating an early retirement, driven primarily by the growing frustration with certain aspects of modern F1. In a recent documentary, he voiced his disdain for being reprimanded like a child, especially after making comments during a race in Singapore. Verstappen frankly expressed, "That's something I don't like about F1." It's clear he feels that while there are rules about language, the way drivers are policed can sometimes feel excessive. He reminisced about past experiences, recalling that he too, at a young age, was surrounded by adults who occasionally swore. This raises an interesting point for discussion. Why should the culture of the sport dictate how drivers express themselves, especially during intense moments? Let's shift gears to the FIA's new guidelines for swearing among drivers, which may create additional hurdles for athletes. The governing body has tightened the reins on what will be acceptable in press conferences and public statements starting in 2025. This brings us to an important aspect of the sport. Can there be a balance between maintaining decorum and keeping the authenticity of emotion alive in racing? Speaking of shifting dynamics, Helmut Marko's bold predictions regarding Verstappen's potential move to another team by 2026 has stirred the pot. Could we see Verstappen donning Mercedes or Aston Martin colors in the future? That's a question on many F1 fans' minds. In recent news, Lewis Hamilton has begun his journey with Ferrari, which not only highlights his significant transition, but also suggests a highly competitive future. As Hamilton steps into Ferrari, he is advised not to underestimate the challenge they present. And what's all this talk about luxury? Verstappen has recently taken delivery of a magnificent $15 million super yacht, a clear testament to the lifestyle that can come with being one of the sport's elite drivers. With so much happening in the world of Formula One, it's clear that the sport continues to evolve. Be sure to stay updated for more exciting developments as we move forward. Hamilton will don the iconic red for the F1 2025 season, and some intriguing details have emerged from his early days at Maranello. Hamilton's transition marks a significant change in his illustrious career, which has mostly been marked by his tenure at Mercedes. Just this week, we witnessed Hamilton's first public appearance as a Ferrari driver. Just imagine the anticipation and excitement, not just for him, but also for the passionate tifosi who turned up at Fiorano to support their new driver. On Wednesday, Hamilton hit the Fiorano track, completing around 30 laps in Ferrari's 2023 car. It was a special moment filled with nostalgia, but also promises of exciting new beginnings. Hamilton's shift to Ferrari, a multi-year contract, is only the second team change he's made since entering F1, the first being from McLaren to Mercedes back in 2013. Let's analyze this move further. Hamilton's time at Mercedes saw him achieve incredible milestones. He equaled Michael Schumacher's record of 7 world championships and became the first driver to reach over 100 race wins. Yet, after 2 challenging years without victories, his decision to make the switch to Ferrari comes as no surprise. By returning to the winner's circle, claiming victories in 2023, he set the stage for this exciting new chapter. In his first week with Ferrari, Hamilton started utilizing the team's advanced simulator, a crucial step in adapting to the Scuderia. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. Ferrari has taken extraordinary measures to erase Hamilton's muscle memory from his time at Mercedes. That's right. During his simulator sessions, they are reported to have adjusted things like suspension calibrations and engine mappings to be very far apart from what he experienced with Mercedes. Why go to such lengths? Ferrari aims to help Hamilton adapt more seamlessly to his new environment. By doing this, they hope to mentally eliminate any residual effects and sensations he might carry over from driving a Mercedes. The goal is straightforward: to reshape Hamilton's sensory experience and make him feel at home in the Ferrari cockpit. Moreover, a simulated version of Ferrari's 2025 chassis, known as Project 677, is already in play. This allows Hamilton to draw direct comparisons between the 2024 and upcoming 2025 cars before the official launch set for February 19th. That's some serious preparation. To ensure Hamilton's smooth transition, Ferrari is holding briefings with him before and after his simulator runs. This is key for feedback and understanding his preferences regarding setup and vehicle dynamics. Having familiar faces around him could ease this transition as he gears up to take on the challenge with a legacy team like Ferrari. So what do you think about this shift in Hamilton's career? Is this the fresh begin he needs to chase yet another world championship, or will the pressure of Ferrari's legacy weigh him down? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights and updates on the world of Formula One. Fred Vasseur, the Ferrari team principal, has an interesting history with Lewis Hamilton, dating back to Hamilton's GP2 title-winning season in 2006, when Vasseur was leading the Qatar Grand Prix team. This past connection has paved the way for Hamilton's new chapter with Ferrari. In the latest developments, Hamilton has fostered a close relationship with Ferrari's president, John Elkann, alongside reuniting with his longtime physiotherapist, Angela Cullen. This personal touch highlights Hamilton's commitment to his new team dynamics. Ferrari has seen some significant personnel shifts, bringing in Jerome D'Ambrosio as the deputy team principal, who previously spent time at Mercedes. Under D'Ambrosio's watch, the technical team has embraced changes that could directly influence Hamilton's performance. Loic Serra, who is leading the development of Ferrari's Project 677, also shares a history with Hamilton. Serra's insights, having previously worked at Mercedes, will be crucial as the team plans modifications, such as moving the cockpit further back for the 2025 model. This strategic shift addresses one of Hamilton's main grievances from his final season with Mercedes. he often felt too close to the front wheels. Adjusting the cockpit positioning could enhance his driving comfort and performance, aligning with his distinct racing style, especially as he transitions into his partnership with Charles Leclerc. One of the most anticipated changes in Project 677 will be a move to a pull rod front suspension. 9. This decision mirrors tactics observed in rival teams like McLaren and Red Bull, creating advantages in today's ground effect era. A focus on efficient airflow to the car's underbody is expected to significantly boost downforce, a crucial factor under the current regulations. The excitement doesn't stop there. Hamilton has a busy schedule lined up, including a second private test in Barcelona and the unveiling of Ferrari's new livery in London. Just after that, Project 677 will be officially launched, with Hamilton and Leclerc expected to take it for a spin in a brief shakedown at Fiorano before diving into the official testing in Bahrain. With the season kicking off at the Australian Grand Prix on March 16th, all eyes will be on Hamilton. Many fans are eager to see how he adapts to his new environment and what the year ahead holds for the legendary driver at Ferrari. Stay tuned for more F1 updates as we approach an exhilarating season. Max Verstappen has been making headlines, and one of the most intriguing discussions revolves around his future with Red Bull Racing. Helmut Marko, a key figure at Red Bull, is confident that Verstappen will continue with the team through the 2026 season, dismissing rumors linking him to competitors like Mercedes and Aston Martin. This bold prediction comes after Verstappen clinched his 5th consecutive World Championship in 2025, solidifying his status as a top driver in Formula One. Despite being tied to Red Bull until 2028, Verstappen's name was often thrown around during the last season, particularly regarding a potential shift to Mercedes. This was fueled by a perceived decline in Red Bull's performance and some behind-the-scenes tensions. However, Toto Wolff, Mercedes team boss, previously expressed a desire to have Verstappen on board, especially following the exit of Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari. Yet, in a surprising move, Mercedes opted for young talent Andrea Kimi Antonelli to replace Hamilton, shoring up their driver lineup for the future. With the engines roaring towards 2026, several teams are reorganizing for major rule changes, and speculation is rife. While many eyes are on the F1 driver market, the contractual landscape can be somewhat murky. Mercedes may still look to Verstappen, especially with George Russell's contract ending after the 2025 season and Antonelli's deal left undefined. Interestingly, Aston Martin has also been thrown into the mix. They recently denied reports suggesting they were seducing sponsors with the prospect of signing Verstappen. As it stands, both of Aston Martin's current drivers, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, have contracts for the upcoming seasons. However, Aston Martin's ambitious moves, such as bringing aboard legendary F1 designer Adrian Newey and forging a partnership with Honda for 2026, suggest they're aiming high and considering every option, even if their flirtation with Verstappen seems far-fetched. Meanwhile, Marko has indicated that there is an exit clause in Verstappen's contract based on performance. If Verstappen finds himself outside the top 3 in the driver's standings during a significant portion of the 2025 season, he could possibly trigger this clause. But Marko remains optimistic. He believes the team is making significant strides with the new RB21 car, essential for maintaining competitive status. Marko's unwavering confidence hinges on the belief that they can provide Verstappen with the performance he needs. He stated, "We are optimistic," highlighting that their engineers are making progress in developing a car that could keep Verstappen at the top. As he reiterated, Verstappen's loyalty to Red Bull plays a crucial role in his future decisions. Marko emphasized, "I know how loyal and grateful he is to Red Bull. This loyalty suggests that Verstappen will remain with Red Bull into the 2026 season, potentially as a 5-time world champion, reaffirming their long-standing partnership." In the fast-paced world of Formula One, predictions can change dramatically. Still, with Marko's confidence and Verstappen's track record, we could be gearing up for more exciting chapters in their journey together. What do you think? Will Verstappen continue with Red Bull, or could a surprise move be on the horizon? In a recent interview, Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff shared insights into past discussions with Max Verstappen about potentially joining the Silver Arrows. Wolff revealed that last year's talks were put on hold after Verstappen expressed his satisfaction with Red Bull Racing. He noted, at some point he said that he wanted to stay where he was for the time being because it felt right for him. This response reaffirmed his commitment to Red Bull. Historically, Mercedes has been a dominant force in Formula One, especially since the introduction of V6 hybrid engines in 2014. They enjoyed a remarkable run, clinching 8 consecutive Constructors' Championships and 7 Drivers' titles, largely thanks to Lewis Hamilton. However, recent regulations favoring ground effect cars have posed new challenges, limiting Hamilton and his teammate George Russell to just 5 wins over the last 3 seasons. Yet, the team is optimistic about the future, eyeing the significant engine changes coming for the 2026 season that will integrate 50% electrification and sustainable fuels. Speaking of Red Bull, their powertrains division is gearing up for a new technical partnership with Ford, following Honda's shift to Aston Martin. Team principal Christian Horner recently emphasized the monumental task of building their own power unit, referencing the extensive history and experience they'll be up against from competitors like Ferrari and Mercedes. He said, "The mountain that we have to climb is immense, but with the right spirit and quality people, it will be achievable." This endeavor marks a new chapter for Red Bull, showcasing their determination to continue competing at elite levels. Shifting gears, let's touch on Max Verstappen's recent headline-making moments. In 2024, he found himself in a heated dispute with the FIA over new swearing guidelines that had drivers on edge. Meanwhile, his off-track endeavors also grabbed attention as he took delivery of a $15 million super yacht, sparking conversations about the trend of drivers retiring and sailing into the sunset. And in a surprising twist, Lewis Hamilton took his first test drive with Ferrari, prompting many to speculate about the implications of his move and how it might change the dynamics of the grid in the near future. As we look to the 2026 season, keep an eye on these developments. Will we witness more unexpected shifts in the driver market, or will established teams like Mercedes and Red Bull maintain their stronghold? The upcoming races are sure to provide plenty of thrilling moments on the track. In a surprising turn of events, McLaren Racing has made a significant move ahead of the 2025 Formula One season by signing a rival team boss. This decision marks an exciting chapter for the iconic racing team as they prepare to enhance their competitive edge. Alessandro Aluni Bravi, previously the effective team boss at Sauber, will step into a newly created role at McLaren as the Chief Business Affairs Officer starting February 1st. Reporting directly to CEO Zak Brown, Aluni Bravi will also become an integral part of McLaren's executive team, bringing with him over 7 years of experience from his tenure at Sauber, where he climbed the ranks from board member to managing director. This shakeup comes on the heels of Sauber being fully acquired by Audi, a transition that has led to Aluni Bravi's departure and his exciting new opportunity with McLaren. His responsibilities will be expansive, including leadership across various departments such as legal affairs, driver development, commercial interests, and driver contract management. In an interesting twist, he will also oversee McLaren's driver development program, a role previously held by Stephanie Carlin. Carlin will now face new F1 challenges within the organization while continuing to work under team principal Andrea Stella. With a rich history of leadership roles at other organizations like ART, Spark, and Trident, Aluni Bravi is well equipped to guide McLaren's future. His passion for the McLaren brand shines through in his own words, expressing how thrilled he is to join a team he has admired throughout his life. He stated that working at McLaren ignites special emotions and reflects his appreciation for the values and culture that the organization embodies. Aluni Bravi is committed to rewarding the trust placed in him by Zak Brown and the McLaren board. His focus on teamwork underscores the belief that collaboration will be crucial for future successes. Yay! With the start of his new role just around the corner, Aluni Bravi is eager to help McLaren set the benchmark in Formula One, both on and off the track. As McLaren gears up for the upcoming season, All eyes will be on how this strategic hire will shape the team's direction and performance in the competitive world of Formula One. The excitement surrounding Aluni Bravi's appointment suggests that McLaren is not just aiming to keep pace, but is determined to lead in both innovation and results this coming season. Stay tuned for more updates on McLaren's journey and how they tackle the challenges ahead with fresh leadership at their helm. As McLaren moves forward with a revamped outlook, a significant leadership change is on the horizon. CEO Zak Brown has expressed optimism about the addition of Alessandro Aluni Bravi to the team. His wealth of experience and motorsport background will play a pivotal role as he tackles legal and driver development functions while enhancing relationships with governing bodies and rights holders. Aluni Bravi is set to officially join the McLaren racing family in February, and the anticipation is palpable. In related news, McLaren is also bidding farewell to their Chief Communications Officer, Steve Atkins. After 2 productive years, Atkins is stepping down to prioritize family commitments. His departure is met with well wishes as he shifts focus toward new professional endeavors closer to home, leaving behind a legacy of significant international engagement. But the conversation doesn't stop there. Zak Brown has raised some thought-provoking points, particularly about the FIA's stewarding approach. Calling for crucial changes ahead of the F1 2025 season, Brown's urgent reminders highlight the complexities teams face on and off the track. McLaren has made headlines beyond managerial shifts, especially with their team orders sparking debates among fans and analysts alike. These discussions are amplified by Brown's reflections on McLaren's image. Under his leadership, the once Darth Vader persona is being replaced by a renewed emphasis on youth and positivity, signaling a transformation that aims to resonate with a broader audience. In a pivotal decision marked by reflection and strategy, replacing Andreas Seidel with Andrea Stella is acknowledged by Brown as a key moment in their rebuilding journey. This change underscores McLaren's dedication to revitalizing their efforts and competing with the best in the sport. As we look ahead, McLaren's future endeavors promise to be exciting and dynamic. From welcoming new talent to fostering innovative practices, they are setting the stage for a competitive season. Stay tuned as we continue to follow their journey in F1 and witness how these changes unfold on the racetrack.